Hi, welcome to String Theory with Anthony Douglas. I am your host, Anthony Douglas. So, let's talk about age in music. Whether you're the young person coming up, the young punk, or the old guy in the group, or middle-aged, or you're the same age as everyone else. This is a different type of thing to think about, really, because have I seen age discrimination in the music industry? You bet I have. I mean, have I seen guys that have had their hearts broke, that were older, that were being not treated nicely? Yes, this happens. And have I experienced, like when I was talking about when I was first starting in country music and coming into it, and all of a sudden I'm being treated rough, oh kid, sonny boy, I think you're a little green behind the ears. You just haven't been in it many, many, many years the way we have been. Yeah, baby. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I mean, it's just like watching Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I mean, it just gets weird. Or you have someone that's maybe getting into the elderly stages of life, and they're being mistreated in the group, and they're saying, well, they're landing on them, maybe you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, or that wasn't clean enough, or that was wrong, or whatever, what you did here, and that type of thing. Maybe it was, maybe things weren't as clean, but the guy or the girl is maybe not hearing things as they used to, or they don't want to put in the effort anymore to remedy the problem. They're getting tired of it, in this type of thing. And I mean, yeah, all of the above. I mean, it can really get freaking terrible. And it can get to the point where the person just sits there and they go, why try? And you can be a younger person and thinking the same thing. You can be a kid coming into the music business, and that you haven't paid your dues. You haven't been here with us. Many, many, many years with us you have not been. And what are you, kid? Are you 15? Just coming out of mom and daddy's home? Oh, sonny boy. Yeah, or, you're old, you need to retire, you need to get the hell out of the business. This is this can be a cruel business. It just really can be with age discrimination. I mean, if there's a job that has worse age discrimination than the music business, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. But and let's put our minds to, let's just say that you are the same age. You join a group and you guys are all the same age. Well, they expect you to have gone to the same high school that they did. You see what I'm saying, baby? Do you feel it now, happy baby? Yeah. They expect you to know artists that maybe you don't. Maybe you've been working in this all your life, and you've had to learn songs from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000th century, and 2026, baby. I mean, you've had to learn it all. You've had to reinvent yourself. You've had to ongoingly do this, and you've done it with a good heart. You've really done this. But now, some people your age have decided to come into the fold on their own. They've decided to enter the music business, and now suddenly they know more about it than you do. You feel it, baby. You feel it happening. And then they'll go, "You mean you don't know who Cedro Myers is? You've never heard of this. You haven't, like you've committed adultery. Like you're in Catholic school and the nun has now approached your desk. I mean, she's carrying the ruler, baby. Things are going down for you. But I mean, I swear, people can be like turkeys. They get their feathers up and they're like freaking turkeys. But they'll tell you, about different things, and they don't put two and two together that you've been in this business an awful long time. But now they've got an idea of how they want to do this, and they're very, green behind the ears. Literally, they have just come into this one, but they're the ones sunny boying you, instead of you saying, okay, look, you guys are new, you've come in here, that never works. That never works. No, you have to let them sunny boy you. And let them, do their thing. So, which age group gets discriminated against in the music business? All of it. The whole bunch of them. All of us. I think one time I had gotten upset with a band leader. They were doing it to me. They were, sunny boying me, what I call, such and such sunny boy, and I had to put them in their place. I really did. I told them, I said, here's what's going to happen so that you understand. Okay, I started and I came into this thing when I was a little brat, okay? As like Kevin on Home Alone, you know. And, you know, I've been in this for freaking ever. And I told this person, I said, I've seen bands come and go, just like yours. Some different than yours, but you guys all come over here. Yeah, you all come over here to Uncle Tony and start your group. I join your group. You have fun with it for a while, but then it isn't working out the way you want, so they leave, right? Or they've been in it for the 15 or 20 years and now they leave. You know, so I told him, I says, I'm going to tell you how it's going to go down for you, happy baby. I said, how this is all going to play out is this. You're going to have your fun here. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do exactly what you want. And then you're going to leave. And then your kids are going to come out there. And guess who they're going to hire? Guess who's going to be there? Guess what's going to happen? I said, me. I'll be playing for your kids. I'll be playing for your grandkids. I feel like a bus driver. You know, baby? I feel like I take everybody back to their high school. Like that's what I do for a living. I feel like, you know, like I took the people in the 50s back to their rock and roll era, right? And this is all in country music, mind you. You know, something that should sound like I can't give up the other woman in my life. Well, no, it isn't working out that way. It's like Elvira, boom, boom, boom. Elvira. It's sounding like you know, bop music from the 50s. It's sounding like, you know. So I take everybody back. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bebop with you, baby. You know? And this was country music in the 80s. It sounded like 50s pop. I mean, really? And you can sit there and argue with it. It's all right, happy baby. You can say whatever you want. But I took them back. You have to understand. I took the people in the 40s back to their swing eras. All in country music. I took people back to rock and roll in the 50s. I took people back to their disco age in the 90s. You know, when they wanted to, you know, line dance. Remember that? Yeah, you do remember that, don't you, happy baby? But, I mean, and you remember it when it was big in the 70s. You remember it when it was big in the 90s in country music. The only thing these people did was they put a cowboy hat on and boots. And then they became country and were able to go back to their high school. You know? This is a conversation, you know. All these, my mom said something to me that really rang out when I was a teenager. One time she came up to me and she goes, "This is the way we used to do it when we were in high school." You know, and I'm thinking that's That's where you got your culture from, the high school. I mean, this is how we danced. Pizzazz. Look at my flash pants dance. Are you a dance band? I can't dance to your music. I can't dance. I gotta dance. And so it's we're really not talking about bands and dance and complying, because you have to entertain them and take them back to their party years. That's actually what you're going to be doing in this business is finding out your age group, finding out your party crowd and all that, and doing the music. But it is interesting when you look at it panoramically, when you see it and you realize you're a bus driver, and what do you do in the bar? You sell liquor, so you're a liquor salesman. I had a guy come up to me when I was 13 years old. He says, "You're no longer a musician now." I said, "Well, what am I, sir?" He goes, You're a liquor salesman." So I'm a liquor salesman. I work for a moving company because you have to help people load in and load out all the time. And then, I'm a bus driver. Man, I don't know. I'm in the middle of nowhere here, waiting around for another ride. But these are just some things to think about, to throw around, if you're older and you've got your feelings hurt, and, there's people in your group that are, disrespecting you, and maybe you're not putting your best foot forward. You're not like you were when you were younger, and you're not saying, "Hey, man, I got to get it together. I got to make these people, like me, and I've got to, go the extra mile and learn this song impeccably and have it 100%. Maybe you're not doing that. Maybe, you can't do that. Maybe your learning now has diminished, and it's kind of going not good for you. But there is hope. Evaluate your situation that you're in, and try to get out there and rehearse this stuff up as best you can. If you get out there and you say, even if you're failing, if you get out there and you said, "Hey, look, I was home with this thing for 8 hours working on it." If you can sit there and say, "I really tried. I really put my best foot forward," that says something. I think it was Evel Knievel that said, "A man can fall down many times in his life, but he's only a failure when he refuses to get up." So keep getting up. Keep doing your thing, and, don't let these people hurt your feelings, but be honest with yourself. When it's time to leave a situation, maybe you don't want to hang out to where, you realize it's coming to the end for you, and you don't want to hang out anymore. You're hurt. But these people are going to come out, maybe to keep your dignity. You're going to say, "Hey, maybe it's time for me to, musically, I'm going in another direction right now, and I've got a few things that I want to do, but I appreciate, being here with you for all this time. I had a great, 35 years with you," or whatever. I had a good time, and maybe that's it, and if you're younger and you're being sunny boyed, and really you feel like you're being disrespected and like nobody's taking you seriously because you're young. And let's just say you are an ace musician, you are really good at what you do, but you're saddled with some people that are just hacks. And now you feel like, like this kid that's with these people that are not taking it serious. They want all this respect. They want all this, you will respect me because I've been in it many, 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 many years, but they have gone to the bar and they have drank for many, many years. They've sat there and smoked for many, many, many years. They've had a day job and, taught their wife to play bass barely for many, 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 many years. They've not put their best foot forward and, created some sort of a gimmick where it actually worked in a bar where they kept busy, but they have never done anything musically. They've never maybe had the formal training that you have, and now there's jealousy. There's jealousy because you've had formal training. Maybe you've gone to college for this. Maybe you've, been in, like I was, in a string symphony, and now you're just saddled with this. But you're making money. And yeah, respect your elders. That is true. But, realize that it's going to be weird coming in. It's going to be weird when you've been here for a while, and when you're on your way out, happy baby, it's going to get weird. So it's weird all the way around, and there's just so many situations, and like I said, every situation is different, and so I hope this helps. I hope this helps you take a look at this. And I know this has been a long one, but we need to really think about some of this stuff, and I'll leave you with this. I mean, if you're a young kid and you've got parents and your mom is out there going, you need to do this and you need to hang back and you need to do this and do that, and now you got the parents that are all conspiring against you, no, I'm speaking right to you. If you're 14 or 13, maybe it's time to tell mom to stay home. If dad is cooler, or vice versa, if mom's cooler, and it's easier for you to breathe a little, be with the parent that is gonna be more fun for you, bring out the best in you, bring out the happy person in you, even when situations aren't that happy. But if you're saddled up with people that take it so serious, and you've committed adultery, damn you. Yeah, so be lighthearted, be loving. All of you, just keep picking, keep doing it. We're not going to let computers and AI and everything take over. We're going to keep doing it, keep keep it real, keep it live, keep it human. All right, so I gave you guys a lot to think about, and I don't know what I'm gonna do here. We're at a spot where things are just, it's like I'm in the middle of the desert or something. All right, so if you like what you hear, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Ciao.